and public school student Akshita Balaji for reaching the semifinals in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And this was requested by myself and Supervisor Palchik. And we are trying something we have never tried before in the history of the board auditorium, which is connect our student with us remotely to be able to receive this recognition. And we are so proud of her that we did not want to miss this opportunity. And I have a copy of the certificate, which I will read, and I will turn the gavel to Supervisor Gross for a moment. In recognition, or Fairfax County, Virginia, Certificate of Recognition presented to Akshita Balaji in recognition for her outstanding achievement as a semifinalist in the Scripps National Spelling Bee, for which she spent 12 hours per day preparing 6,000 words per day, and in which she correctly spelled such difficult words as words on here I can't even pronounce.
Spell them, Jeff. Spell them.
I could not, if they weren't in front of me, I wouldn't be able to spell them either. To place 21st in this national competition, and I would so move this recognition.
You've heard the motion. Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Lusk and Supervisor Palchik. Is there discussion on the motion, Mr. Chairman?
Very briefly, Madam Chair, and I know this was brought forward by myself and Supervisor Palchik in particular, so we're going to want to make sure she can share some thoughts with us as well. But I want to congratulate Akshita for making it to the semifinals. This is the first time in at least a decade that a Fairfax County student has been among the final 30 spellers in this national competition. And according to the interview she did with Reston Now, as I mentioned, she spent 12 hours a day preparing and studied 6,000 words a day. I just can't even imagine that, on top of all the other responsibilities that I know you have, and on top of all the normal schoolwork that you have. And so this is a huge achievement for one of our students, and I certainly look forward to hearing a little bit more from her about how she achieved this, but we certainly don't want to miss this opportunity to recognize her, and she is joining us remotely from school today, and we so appreciate you taking the time to hear us and for you to tell us a little bit about your experience and your achievement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Additional discussion? Perhaps Supervisor Palchik?
Yes, thank you. Akshita, you and I are both participating remotely today, so I hope you can see and hear me as well. Just so incredibly proud of you. I believe the final word you had correct was chapeau in French, which means hat out to you, literally. So we could not be more proud of you. I believe you won your first competition in first grade, and I think you've now aged out, are in high school, and looking forward to coaching students and helping them. And I know your family here in Merrifield is also very proud of you. So an incredible, incredible honor for you, for our county. Thank you for representing us so well, nationally and internationally. This board has gotten out, and your first competition was, I believe, back home in India, your family's home, and you really shining star, and the kind of student that we know in FCPS we are so proud of. And as a former Spanish and French teacher, I love that you want to focus on Spanish and French to help you moving forward with the languages and with the Latin. So proud of you, incredible work. And I know especially challenging in COVID times when there was a year off and then a year remote to participate and to study. And you really, really have proven and risen to that challenge. So congratulations to your entire family and your schools who supported you from elementary school all the way up to get where you are. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, Supervisor Palchik. Any additional discussion before we vote? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. That motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. And we will make sure that a certificate is sent to Akshita, and we congratulate her. And at this time, I am going to turn the floor over to her so she can tell us a little bit about this achievement. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. First off, I'd like to express my gratitude for this wonderful opportunity for me to share my journey with you all. I first fell in love with spelling at a very young age. when I watched the Scripps National Spelling Bee on TV. I was completely awestruck by everything that I saw: the lights, the atmosphere, the camaraderie that was very visibly present. The spellers walked up to the mic with such confidence and handled the words diligently, with perfect aplomb. I knew right then that I had to be on that stage, and made it my personal goal. It started off really small. I studied the spelling list whenever I had free time and thought nothing of it. In 3rd grade, I won my classroom spelling bee for the very first time. I started loving spelling bees. I loved every part of it: the studying, the quizzing, and of course, the actual bee. My study time also increased, from only doing it free time to doing it almost all the time. In 6th grade, I won the county spelling bee and finally made it to the big stage. That year, I placed 42nd in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. I still remember every detail vividly. The friends I made, the activities we did, and most importantly, the words. Not just mine, but I was amazed as my fellow competitors rattled off the most complicated words I've ever heard. And then I saw the trophy. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, and all I wanted was for it to be a display case at my house. I made it my aim to come back and win it all. In order to achieve this Augean task, I worked diligently, studying up to 15 hours a day. I had to make tons of sacrifices, but in the end, it was definitely worth it. This year, my last year of eligibility, I placed 21st in the nation. I also participated in a multitude of online bees and placed in the top 5 for all of them. Now, I share my passion with kids that also aspire to be spellers. I coach kids locally and nationwide, and I enjoy it with all my heart. I'm also planning to run my own spelling bee locally and in an online format. Spelling will always be a part of my life, no matter where I go or what I do. Now, I'd like to thank my coaches, Cole Schaefer-Ray and Navneet, my parents for helping me get this far. They all worked just as hard as I did, if not more, to help me achieve my dream. I'd especially like to thank my grandpa, as he inspired me to, and my sister, who's also an aspiring speller. The spelling friends are made for student in. And of course, a big thank you to Fairfax County for giving me the opportunity to participate in Scripps and also for this opportunity to speak. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Great conversation and great achievement for you, and as you mentioned, for your entire family and school, and really for the entire county. We're so proud of you, and I know you have one of your big fans sitting there next to you. Maybe she wants to also introduce herself.
Yes, hi, I'm Mrs. Skiff, her guidance counselor. Nice to be here. Thank you. I'm so proud.
Thank you very much, and thank you for working with us on the logistics to make this happen. A major achievement of yours, and also will go down in history as the first time we've ever done a virtual presentation successfully. So you have one more title to tout, but we are so proud of you. And at this time, we're also going to have the board rise, and I know we're going to take a picture of our certificate of our awardee on the screen with the board standing behind so that we can also...
All right, there we go. This is my first time trying. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you again, and we will be making sure Akshita signs up for all of our newsletters so that she can make sure she points out to us any misspellings in our own documents. It's a community service to all of us, but we are certainly... And then finally, our last presentation this morning